Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's Mr. Roick. Hopefully you're having an awesome day and things are going well for you. Today, as you see, I'm not with you, and so you can either rejoice and celebrate, or which I hope, hopefully you will. But we need to continue to do some math today, and I know you have a sub, but we're going to do some work here. And today, kind of the agenda, I want to spend a little more time having you practice some things with slope-intercept. We are going to take a quiz today. And before we take the quiz, though, I want to go through and do some practice with you with some whiteboards. We're going to take the quiz. I want you to show me what things you know about functions and domain and range in standard form. And then when we get done with the quiz, I'm going to have you do some more practice. And there's a little some practice problems that go through a lot of the same concepts. So on page 190 and 191. And I'll bring this back up again so you can see the assignment when you get done with the quiz. But before we do any of that, so before we take the quiz, kind of as our bell ringer today, I want you to pull out and get a whiteboard. So if the sub maybe would pause the video and stuff, and can everyone get a whiteboard markers, that'd be awesome. And since everyone has now their whiteboard and marker, here's what I want to go through. I have, I think, 5 questions here that I want you to see if you can answer, just as a way to review and kind of prep here before we take this quiz. And so, if you could and would for Mr. Roick, on your whiteboard, kind of a tough one, right? Not just do some math here, but I want you to explain on your whiteboard in words. Explain what is a function. And so again, in between each of these, if the sub could pause the video, that'd be awesome. So they'll pause the video. I want you to write down on the whiteboard what is a function. When you get it, hold it up, show it to the sub maybe, and I'll go through it in a moment. So as we talked a few days ago, what is a function? Well, functions are it's a special relation. And a relation, again, means, you have an x and a y. But it's a relation where every x has only, and this is the key thing, one y value. And so every x that it only gets mapped with one individual y value. And I know I use the analogy of if boys are like x's and girls are like y's, to have a successful relationship, which we call a function in math, boys can only have one girlfriend. So boys cannot get mapped to 2 different girls. So 7 cannot have 1 as a girlfriend and 7 then having -3 as a girlfriend. That I can't do. This is not a function. So to be a function, again, every x has to get mapped with only one specific y value to be a function. So functions are to give me special relationships. Clear your boards. Here we go. Next question. Whoops, maybe. Next question. So, with that being said now, I just want to know yes or no, is these relations here, these coordinates, x, y, are these, this set, is this a function? And so either yes or no, put it on your whiteboard, and then write out the domain and range for me. Please pause the video. So hopefully you used what we just talked about and said, yeah, this is definitely not a function. Again, why is it not a function? It's because this 7 gets mapped with -1 and this 7 gets mapped with 0, so it cannot have 2 girlfriends. It's not going to be a successful relationship. It's a relation, but not a successful, and not one called a function. If you had to list the domain is the set of all x's. So my x's are going to be, list them all out. And if you want to put them in numerical order, that'd be awesome. -5, 1, 2, and 7. These are all my x values. And again, I don't write it twice. If I have my 7, I just write it once. The range is all the y's. And so my y's, again, are going to look like this. -3, -1, 0, 5, and 6. Again, notice the notation. These are sets of numbers, all my x's and all my y's, and so domain and range. So how do we do? Hopefully we did well. Erase your boards. Third question. Take a look at this. Is this a function? Again, a little different. I don't have x's and y's anymore. Is this a function? And then whether it is or it isn't, tell me what its domain and range are. Please pause the video. So if you remember something called the vertical line test, the vertical line test says if I draw any vertical line anywhere on here, it's only going to pass my graph one time if it's a function. So I only have one specific y value for every x value. So if I drew any vertical line anywhere here, this is going to be definitely yes, a function. Now my domain, a little bit tougher now. My domain is, what's my x's again? And I have to look at my graph, and this is probably hard to see for you, but if I look at my graph, this is 1, 2, 3, this is -4 right here. This is the farthest left that I go. So -4 is the farthest x that I have. And I have x's now all the way to the right, all the way until I get to 1, 2, until I get to 3. And so my domain, if I wrote it in interval notation, looks like this, -4, comma 3. I'd have to have square brackets because it includes -4, it includes 3. But those are x's all the way from there to there. If you don't like that notation, the other way that we wrote this was -4 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. You can write it with inequalities, but it's saying all the x's between -4 and 3 is in my domain. My range then are all my y values, so the lowest it is -1. The highest it gets is way up here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 at 5. So my range is going to be from -1 to +5. Again, if I use interval notation, square brackets, or again, if I want to write it as an inequality, this is saying all my y values exist between -1 and 5. Hopefully too. Again, as you look at this, maybe that makes sense, but now if you have questions, now would be a great time to stop and ask, and maybe whether the sub or your peers could help explain maybe why you get these for answers. Fourth question. Clear your boards. Given this function g of x, just some function notation now. We did this the other day. Can you find g of -2 and g of n? So pause the video and try these two. If you plug in this case, if I plug in -2 into my problem, so wherever there's an x, I'm plugging in -2, so wherever there's an x, I'm plugging in -2. Now if I do the math here, I'm going to end up with 2 times 4 plus -16 minus 13, so I'd end up with 8 plus 6, -8 minus 16 minus 13. -8 minus 13, I'd end up with -21. So my answer is -21. Second one, if I found what's g of n, same thing, wherever there's an x, I'm replacing it with an n. And so this would just say, it's kind of weird to say, but it's going to just be 2 but n squared plus 8n minus 13. And that's all I'd end up having there. So how did you do on function notation, plugging stuff in and evaluating? Last question to ask, just to go back and review, a little practice. So erase the whiteboards again. One more to try. I'm hoping everyone's trying this. None of us are getting distracted, are we? Gentlemen, you know who I'm talking about. Jill, you're in charge. Keep them on task. Last question. 5x equals 10y minus 20. Could you write this in standard form? And then could you find the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts? And could I graph this then using those intercepts? So this is really the review of what we did yesterday. Pause the video, let him try. Standard form, if you remember, is ax plus by equals c. So I have to have x and then y and then my number. The only rule is, though, again, I can't have fractions, and whatever a is cannot be negative. So it has to be a whole number. So if I write this equation, really all I have to do is I need to move this y over to the other side. So what I end up getting for my standard form would be 5x minus 10y equals negative 20. And if I ask, is this legal? Does this satisfy? Is a positive? Is a fraction? Well, yeah, it is positive. No, it's not a fraction. That's I can do. Is b, again, not a fraction? Is it an integer? And is c an integer? So all these things, that would be my standard form. That would be acceptable. If you want to find x-intercepts, what did you get? If I want to find y-intercepts, what I get? X-intercepts, I make the y 0. Y-intercepts, I make the x 0. And the easiest way to do this is to cover up, for the x-intercept, cover up y. Make it go away. So cover this up. Right? If I cover that up, what do I get? I have 5x equals negative 20. When I do that, to divide, I get x to be negative 4. Oops, sorry. Make this work. And so I should get negative 4 here. Again, it's like saying I have 5x equals negative 20. I ignore the y value, make it go away, and so x ends up being negative 4. On the other side, though, the y-intercept, I make the x 0, so I cover up the x. I cover this one up, cover it up. And so really we have negative 10y equals negative 20. And so if I divide, I get y to be 2. So these are my x and y intercepts. And if you did all that correctly, last and final step, and here's the power of my x and y intercepts. If I were to graph them, I go to negative 4, 0. That's a point that's on my, again, x-axis, x-intercept. I go to 2, 0, which is on my y-axis. And if I can find those 2 points, I know that my line has to go through them. And so the equation of that line looks like that. So hopefully that went well for you. A little practice, a little review. I'm going to ask you now, if we go back here, I'm going to ask you this. We're going to take this quiz. I want you to share with me your knowledge of the things we've been working on here. So do your best and see what you can come up with here. Make sure, again, use right notation. When I ask for an x-intercept, give me the x and the y value. And when you get done with that, when you turn that into the sub, I'm going to ask you to pull out, if you wouldn't mind, your book. And I want you to spend the rest of the period trying these problems listed here on page 190 and 191. If everyone gets done with them, maybe you can convince the sub you can do some of these on the whiteboards and do them together as a class and eliminate some of it for homework for the weekend. Again, hope is we get a lot of this done in class, we get a little practice and get better at what we're doing. Thank you guys, work hard, best wishes, and I'll see you the next day here. Thanks.